everyone, and thank you very much for watching or listening. It's Liam Hartery back with you today with another episode of the Simply Inspired podcast. And today we'll be sharing some more wonderful motivation and inspiration for you, the audience. Today I'm truly honored and blessed to welcome a very, very special guest to the show. This lady is an author. Writer, speaker, and debater who has published a number of books on motivational and inspirational topics, including one which we'll show you in just a moment called Life Will Crush You, but You Need to Stand Up. This is a very inspiring book that we'll talk about, but this lady has published others as well. So today I welcome to the show M.A. Shaikh. I'm practicing saying that name, or Zoya Momna, pen name M.A. Shaikh. So today we'll be talking not only about writing, but we'll be talking about this lady's inspiring journey as an author and as an inspiration, as a light in the world, really, is the best way I can think of to describe this. So thank you so much for joining the show today, and it really is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this, and I know I interviewed your friend Asma Tariq as well. So shout out to Asma as well, another lovely and very inspiring lady
Yeah,
doing
she,
some great work in the world, isn't she? So now also, I think you have your book there, one of them. Can you show the audience and can you describe
for sure, for
a bit
sure.
about
I can show you. This is one of my published book, which named as Life Pushes You, But You Need to Stand Out. A motivational book, this one, if you see clearly.
it? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. So that's must be a very proud moment for you. Now, we will obviously talk about your life overall, but focusing on this book for a minute, can you share with us where the inspiration to write that first came from, and what inspired you to write something for the purposes of helping people, please?
Yes, basically, if I can start with, I share a tale of resilience, passion, and the unwavering determination of a writer that defines the journey of basically a writer or a published author. Or basically, if not, it's a published, it's a writer. Each of us embarks on this path with a dream, as you know, as everybody know, a vision of words cascading from our hearts onto the blank canvas of the page, you can say. Yet, the journey of this is not always smooth, but it is riddled with obstacles, doubts, and emotions, and moments when life itself seems to like conspire against our aspiration. It's not as simple a smooth way to be a published writer. If I'm talking about myself, so the journey of becoming a writer is akin to navigating through a labyrinth of emotions, of experiences, of challenges as well, which are very very hard, and as we pen down our thoughts and weave narrative that resonates with the human soul, so we confront the harsh realities of rejection, of criticism, of self-doubt, and many others as a writer. But amidst the chaos, we find a solace in our words. We find the power. We find the energy to hold, to inspire, to feel, and to ignite change, I can say. And same as like if I'm talking about as a published writer or about my book, the book Life Crushes You, But You Need to Stand Up. It basically encapsulates the essence of this journey, of a journey of mine as a writer. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a testament to the courage, I can say. It's a testament to the take rise from the ashes of defeat, I can say. And forge ahead with unwavering determination is also. And through its pages, through its different pages from 1 to 99 or 98, something like that, we discovered that adversity is not the end of our story, but merely a chapter or pages or motivation quotes in the epic segment of our lives. I can say that. As a writer, I have profound privilege and responsibility to illuminate the darkest corners of the human experience, I can say, and to give voice to the voiceless and to the wordless, and instill hope to some people who cannot even speak on their own way, who cannot even speak which is in their hearts, of who have lost their dreams or lost their way. Our words, basically the writer words, have power to transcend barriers of time and hope, I can say. Uh, the writer or the world of writers have energy to unite as in of shared humanity, which we in some case have lost it, and to kindle the flames of possibility in the face of despair, I can say. Same as like not only me, even many writers that do like same things, and they embrace the challenges that lie ahead with different kinds of writings and with different kinds of words, which basically writers give words to that persons who cannot even speak on their own, who cannot even write on their own. That's basically the journey behind this. That life pushes you, but you need to stand up.
What a wonderful description. Beautiful, beautiful description, and quite moving, actually, I must say, to hear the meaning behind that. So, thank you very much for that to begin with. Now, I know we've started with that book, I know we've started with the meaning behind that book, but I'd like to go a little bit further back in time with you as well, just to talk about actually further before that book and the aspirations to become a writer in the very, very beginning. I know you touched on that a little bit with what you were saying just now, so I know we've sort of touched on that. But to go a little bit deeper into where you were growing up and things of this nature, obviously it's very brave to put your voice out there and to contribute to people's lives. And I just want to tell you, by the way, that it's a very brave thing that you're doing because it takes courage to share parts of yourself with the world. It takes courage to attempt to have an impact on the world, even little things like this, doing interviews like this, it still takes courage to do that. So that's not a question. That's just a little something I wanted to tell you. But anyway, going back to when you were very young in the beginning, was the aspiration to be a writer always there, or was it something that came later, if that makes sense?
If I'm talking about myself, so almost we can say about 5 years ago, I was in that intermediate level, I can say, in that time. So I just the era of Corona, I can say the COVID-19. We had not even going to school, colleges because of that. So at that time, as I'm totally free, I just wrote a story about a girl which is on reality based, and I didn't publish that yet without the information of that. So that's saved yet. Okay, so basically, I wrote a story on that girl, on that life, on her life totally. So that's the time where the inspiration of writing came to me. So after that time, I wrote a book, which is not in a non-fiction, I can say. Uh, that was basically in a non-fiction, and that's totally about inspiration, motivation, hope for life, for journey of life, basically. So after that, almost today, almost 5 years ago, I started writing, and here's my journey in front of all of you.
Okay, so that's the initial inspiration. That's wonderful. And you've written other works as well, though, because when we were talking, you mentioned that you've written anthologies and some other types of things. Can you share with us some of your other writing? Because I think there's books, but there's articles and other forms as well. So let's talk about that, please.
For sure, for sure. I was basically added in the group almost a year ago in the anthology, what is basically about internationally. So I'm working as a English debater as well, as you know, as I told you about this, and you have researched about that. I think so. So I am working as a English debater as well, which is All Pakistan Declamation Contest, and I won that. I can say with proud that. And after that, I'm working as an English adjudicator in the international anthologies, in which I judge the contest, the writing contest of the different people who were engaged to become a writer soon. So, if I am talking about the anthologies, which is internationally published, that's about memories, the first anthology I published. The anthology is basically considered about like in which many co-authors, not from the specific area, I can say, the writers from internationally, from Pakistan and even from any country, they wrote their eras, they wrote their genres, topics, or anything which they want to. about the book, about the theme. We have to write about that, and the company and the publishers are yet to publish about that. So there are almost at this time almost six of my anthologies are going to publish. I can say that proudly. So almost six anthologies are going to publish, and almost three anthologies have been published. So, which has different themes, which are different genres, and yes, basically, there are six anthologies which I have published poetry in there, not about non-fiction. So that's a poetry. That's basically about anthologies, and that's basically about the education panel as an international anthologies contest.
Wow, that's wonderful and very diverse, and also very meaningful, very profound in people's lives. Now, one of the things that stands out to me, as they say, as we're talking here, is you're a very eloquent speaker as well as obviously a very eloquent writer. You know, very articulate. As I said earlier, your description of your one of your books is very moving. So you also speak as well publicly, as I understand. And again, I know we've sort of touched on that a little bit, but in terms of going deeper into that, I know there's debating and there's some of those things as you've I think you've mentioned. But in terms of motivational speaking and things, are you doing that type of thing as well? It would be good to find out a little bit more about the public speaking that you do, please, as well.
The basic thing they have to say and they want to say here that I'm working on motivational speaking, on public speaking, on different genres, different themes, and different topics. You can say, like in Pakistan, there's almost all Pakistan definition contests in different universities and different areas and different areas of Pakistan. So I'm working as an English debater, English declamator, I can say, in different contests. And I won that recently in just in some areas of Pakistan, which is one most popular area is Lahore, is Faisalabad, is something like that. Okay, so if I'm talking about as a debating career, so as a debating career, I'm starting as a debater from my teenage, and nowadays I'm making a name in the in English declamation contest. So. Because of this, as I am working as an adjudication panel in the English contest and international English contest anthologies, so that's why I'm working as a public speaker and I'm working as a motivational speaker. The topics are different. Like the recent topic is "World is amplified with the size of oppressed." There are many proofs in that why world is amplified with the size of oppressed. And the same, the last one topic is the kingship as eternal, slavery is not. This one, and there are many other topics like I'm a proud bloody human. This is the topic which is my most favorite topic, I can say, in debates. So that's my punchline basically. So that's basically all about that, which encourages me to become a speaker, to become a public speaker, or to become a motivational speaker.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're using your voice in the written word, the spoken word, in every way to make a difference to people. I think that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Now, another thing with this, obviously, with the work that you're doing, it has a positive impact on people. So the work you're doing, it helps people, it contributes to people. But when you're putting the work out there, I talk to people about this often as to how they measure the impact that it's having. And by this, I don't mean in terms of numbers and things. I mean, it's not about how many books sell, what happens. It's about like when people have stories that people come to them and say, look, your book really inspired me to not give up or to take a different direction in my life, this kind of thing. And I wonder how you personally measure the positive impact that you're having on people, if that makes sense.
It's really a great question, and I can say with proud, like I'm feeling very proud when some people came to me and say that like your book changed my life or your words changed my life. Even on the different pages like Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. Sometimes we as a writer posted the questions like if anybody have any questions he or she can ask. So there are many people who can say on that the question section that your words has changed my life, and that time is proud of me, I can say. So I was really proud when people come to me and say like your words, your speaking words, or even your written words changed our lives, or changed our way of life, of living of life, and inspired us. As you know, this is a very proud moment, right? So this is basically very proud of me. Even there are some reviews on the website of book. There are some reviews on the pages of Instagram and Facebook. Yes, I can say I'm feeling very proud when people came to me and say like your words changed our lives, changed our way of life.
Absolutely. Yes, it must be wonderful to hear of the impact that it's having, the work that you're doing. So fantastic. And another thing that I'd like to mention as well, specifically, so still focusing on the inspiration, but specifically with women now, do you feel that you've inspired other young women and girls in particular? Because I mean this in a respectful way, because you come from a beautiful culture, but it is also more conservative in a number of ways than, say, the culture I come from, for example. Not better or worse, just different, and it has a lot of beauty. But at the same time, with women speaking out in your culture, I think that they have to try harder, to be quite honest, than in, say, the Western world. So, do you feel that you've had a positive impact on young women and girls in that way?
Oh yes, you are speaking like perfect. Like there is some kind of conservative uh, surroundings about, especially around women, which is not even supposed to speak openly with some kind of conservativeness, I can say. So basically, I think that my writings or my speakings had some kind of positive impact on young generation, especially women, because I had an interview some days ago, which is on women's rights. So basically, if I can say, if women can speak openly with the confidence, so there's just some kind of conservativeness for her. Because if she can speak openly, if she can speak on for her own rights, if she can speak on the behalf of her own, so I think she can. There's not any so much conservativeness around her because of this. So yes, uh, I can say with proud, like my words or my writings or my speaking skills are able to inspire other women as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, you said at the beginning, giving a voice to the voiceless, which is something that applies in many different forms, I think. But at the same time, empowering women everywhere in the world, it's that is progressing, but it takes time and it takes people with powerful voices like yourself to do so. So that's a very good topic. Now, obviously, in your life, you have achieved some dreams of yours. I'm sure there are more to come, which we will talk about later. But out of the dreams that you have achieved, if there's somebody out there listening to this who wants to become, say, a writer, or they want to become something in their lives different than what they are, if that makes sense, but they don't know how to do it, they don't know how to follow that dream. Because a lot of people are stuck in jobs or in situations where they don't feel content, they don't feel that they belong in that situation. I'm curious what advice you would give to people to be able to follow their heart and be able to put their work out into the world, whether it's writing or whether it's something else. But nonetheless, because you've done it, I think you're in a very good position to give those people some hope that they can follow their dreams and achieve them.
Yeah, if I am talking about inspiration advice, if I'm not wrong, then what you want to say, what you want to ask me. So basically, if I am talking about as a writer, as a speaker, about inspiration advice to the young generation or to anybody, so that was majorly concerned about that you have to stay focused and constantly moving to make your dreams come true. Because there's no magic wand that will do that for you. You have to do it on your own. As I have read on some kind of site, I think so. That is about according to Jim Rohn. When you know that what you want and you want it bad enough, you will find a way to get it. That's really an inspiring line, I can say, for me and for other writers or for other speakers as well. So dream big and focus on your goals, not on your circumstances, you can say. Because if you, as you stand on the threshold of possibility, fueled by ambition and driven by a vision of brighter tomorrow, know that the journey ahead will be both exhilarating and challenging as well. But fear not, for within you lies the power of to overcoming obstacle and turn your dreams into reality. You can do it easily. I can say.
Absolutely. Well, wonderful advice. And as I said at the beginning, you are a light in the world in that way. And even some simple advice like that is simple but very profound because people don't realize this. People make these things complicated and they don't know
Exactly.
how. But especially, if people don't always have the approval of their dreams either. People sometimes people have other people around them who disagree and they think, oh, should I do it? But your heart and your soul will tell you which path to follow, as will God as well, because that's important. Um, Very good. So obviously you've achieved some wonderful things with your writings, with your speaking so far, but you're still quite young. You're still not slowing down at all. So you have future plans with this as well, and goals from here, I would imagine. So can you share with us a little bit about some of your future plans? I don't mind how far ahead in time. I mean, that's up to you, but just some of the things that are inspiring you that you want to do from this point forward, please.
Yeah, as you all know that if anybody in that young age, if anybody can adopt any kind of profession, so he or she would love to pursue that. So same as me, I would love to pursue my writing skills, my speaking skills, and my future as well. And I would love to be a motivational speaker, a public speaker, which I am working as right now. So I pursue that. I pursue my public speaking skills. I pursue my writing skills on different genres and different themes on different topics, which is basically on inspiration and motivation. So I would love to, but yeah, I will try to write about some kind of fiction as well in future, maybe not now, but for now, I would love to pursue my writing skills and public skills, public speaking skills in future as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, obviously, yeah, the work you've done so far is amazing, but I think, as you say, turning your hand to fiction as well, to stories, would also be wonderful because I feel that you could put across some very good principles and lessons and virtues even into a story, and people can understand in a different way. Absolutely. Now, a couple of other things with this. I'd like to get into the creative process a little bit more with you. And what I mean by that is, it's not just the inspiration for your writing, because we touched on that earlier, but in terms of the actual mindset that you get into to write. I'm thinking of how to put it in the right way because people have different methodologies. I know some people who, for example, sit and meditate and they have complete stillness to write. I know other people who go to a cafe and they sit in a very busy place, and they're watching people and doing things, but the inspiration is coming from them. And I think that other writers will relate to this, but people who have not done it might be mysterious to them, and I think they will be interested to know about the creative, because and it's one thing to write something technical, but it's a different thing to put your heart into it as you do, and to put a piece of your soul in there, if you like. And I'm curious what state of mind or what state of emotions you are in when you do that, even though that's an abstract question. So I hope it makes sense. But your creative process would be wonderful to hear about that, please.
I totally got your question about that basically.
Yes, yes, just about, for example, when you sit down to write, let's start with something simple. Are you one of those people you're writing early in the morning, late in the day, any time of day? Let's start with that, please.
Uh, if I can say about myself, so I'm not that kind of person with a specific time about writing. I just write whenever I think that I have to write something. I some kind of encourages. which encouraged me to write something. So I sit and start writing at that time exactly. So I'm not that kind of person which is like sit and set the specific time for writing or for speaking as well. I'm just that kind of person. I think that it just encourages me to write, and I have to write now, and I have to sit and I have to start writing. That's basically.
Okay, so as the feeling comes to you, you have the impulse, and you just put it straight down on paper. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, do you require like a very stillness, the solitude, or this type of thing to write, or could you literally stop maybe as you're walking to somewhere or as you're doing something, and you have like a notepad and write something if that makes sense?
No, not that kind of that I have something encouraging me to and I have to write in on the walking street or like that. No, not like that. Like I can say that I totally encourages from morning to night. That what inspired me to write. But what thing I noticed to write down, and I think that this thing should be write down for other people as well. So I just noticed that, and that I saved in my mind, I can say, and that with some kind of creativity words of other writers, I started writing that. That's not about specific time or specific thing or specific place.
I understand. I understand. As I say, it's very interesting for people because you do this very well. But I think that there is a mystery around creativity. I mean, I write things as well, so I understand as to a certain degree. You see, I don't only speak like this. I also write. But it's interesting for people who don't do that. Or I think that a lot of people actually have that voice in them, but they don't always know how to bring it out as well. And hearing from you how you've brought it out, because everyone's voice is different and what they have to say is different. It's unique, it's beautiful. But sometimes we have to remove like a barrier or something to be able to put this out. So it's a wonderful little topic there. And I'd imagine, even though this may seem a little bit strange, but I get the feeling talking to you that you're a very good listener. You know, I'd imagine, I get the feeling, like a gut feeling, that people can tell you their concerns, or people can tell you things about their lives, and they feel comfortable to do so. And maybe that helps your writing as well. That's the feeling that I get personally, to be honest, is that you're very good at just taking these things in from life and from the world. You know.
Yes, basically many people I can say if you're talking like if you are very young and how can you experience the life that era which people can experience in 40 or 50 years. So the basic answer of mine is that I think it's a God gifted. I think it's some kind of experience of through with life. So through this experience, I can say I gave some kind of many good advices to people, which they adopted and which changed her life or his life, even their life, I can say. So that's a proud moment for me that I can say something and that my words and that my writing, even that in writing or speaking words, that can change somebody's life or that can solve anyone's problem, you can say. So yes, I would love to listen other people's problems, and I would love to give them advices about that. And that's very good experience for me as well, and that's very good experience for my writing as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I just, that wasn't something I had planned to talk with you. It's just something that I felt as we were talking that, I feel the same feeling. Like we've just met for the first time, but at the same time, I feel very comfortable. Like if we were talking normally, not just doing an interview, but I feel like I could share things and you would understand it. And it's a nice feeling of safety and things that you resonate, if that makes sense. But the other thing with this is not to state the obvious, but does spirituality or faith or religion, it depends on how you people look at
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. I got that point exactly. You're
But it
saying right
plays,
perfectly.
yes, but it plays a part in your writing. Obviously, it plays a part in your life, but
So
does
basically, if I'm talking about my writing, so it's not about specific any. some kind of region, any some kind of area, any some kind of religion, but it's some kind of that totally covers about everyone's life, every human's life.
Mhm.
So the basic thing or the basic part of my writing or the basic theme of my writing is for every human who are just dealing with some problem, just dealing with some kind of as you know, rejection, etc., which normally human can survive about. So it's not about specific any religion. It's not about specific any kind of spirituality, any kind of region, any kind of area. It's totally about every human in any kind of area, in any kind of religion. So it's my writing is totally about everyone, and I hope it's not about like if I'm talking about my experience. So there are many people who are not with some kind of same religion, same era from my side, but I tried my best to give them best advices, and they came back to tell me that yes, these words changed our lives. So
Absolutely. Well, no, it makes sense. I understand and I love the unity of bringing people
right,
together because that's an important thing. I totally understand that. I mean, I know people from all over the world of every type of background. It's more the fact that I was getting at more. I have the feeling that your writing has a spiritual feeling. It has a spiritual contingent that I feel that some of that is coming, as I said earlier, from your heart into your writing. So that was more what I meant. But it makes sense, and bringing people together is such a valuable thing because we're all human, and in the world today there is too much disagreement on these things. I mean, where I live in Cyprus, we've got the situation going on in Israel nearby. Then we've got many refugees from Ukraine here, from the war there, and I meet them all the time. And the world shouldn't be like that. People should come together. So I understand that you do that. I meant more that I feel that there's a spiritual influence in your writing. Some people write very much from their mind, if you like, and it's logical. But I feel with you, there's an influence of something deeper than that. Even though that has its place, you understand. So that's what I meant with that question. So as we move into the latter part of this talk, also you are out there on social media and you are an accessible person. So for our audience, if any of these people would like to talk to you further about writing, if they would like to talk to you about inspiration, if they would like to buy your books, any of these things, may you please share how they can reach out to you, how they can connect with you, because I also feel that some people listening to this will want to do that after hearing this talk.
for sure, I would love to. As you know, it's the generation about totally about social media, I can say. So there's my Facebook page, as you know, about whose name is Zoya Momna, which you can mention on this video, on the caption, on the description of this video as well. There's on Instagram. There's my Instagram page, which is named as MA Chef Secrecy, and there is my YouTube channel named Zoya Momna Official. And yes, if anybody want to contact with me or want to reach out to me, he or she can easily reach out to me through my email, which is ma. You can write out, or if anybody can listen, he or she can easily write out mash4ikh 531 at gmail.com. He or she can easily contact with me. I am here for every human who is suffering with any kind of problem. Because I would love to hear that, and I would love to give them advices as well, which is very experienced for me as well.
Absolutely wonderful. Yes, I know that you have that selfless quality to serve and to help people. It's a wonderful thing. I think that in life, helping other people is one of the highest aims that we can aspire to, and if not the highest aim. And again, it's why I do these talks. As we move towards the end of this, have we missed anything? Is there anything else that you would like to mention to our audience that we haven't covered, or are you happy that we've covered everything so far?
That's basically all about I was talking about my book, I was talking about my career, about anything, but there's some kind of, I think, the last message for the listener or the last message for the new generation, if who wants to speak, who wants to write, but he or she or don't have any kind of source about that. So the basic thing I can say, like the first and foremost thing, which is believe in yourself. That's the basic motivation line for me as well. You don't have to rely on any other person. You just have to believe in yourself, embrace your uniqueness, so your talents, your passions. For they are the fuel that will propel you forward on the journey. I can say. Trust in your abilities, and yes, never underestimate the impact you can make on the world. Some people are thinking like that they cannot do anything, or but I can say never underestimate the impact of you that you can make on the world. Because once you have established your dream, you need to cultivate the belief that you can achieve it. This belief is crucial to pushing yourself through failures and setbacks on the path to success. Yes, I can say that create a plan with small, achievable milestones to track your progress and motivate you to keep going. Embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. Understand that setbacks are not signs of defeat, but rather opportunities for growth and for learning. With each stumble, gather the wisdom to rise stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. And yes, the most basic thing is surround yourself with positivity and inspiration, which is very helpful for every human being. Seek out some kind of mentors because there are many mentors which are here for you, for guiding you, who will guide you. And if I can say, like, surround you with that kind of friends who will support you. Because in this time, in this era, many people are just through down to us. But I can say, like, choose friends wisely who will support you. And yes, role models who will ignite the flames of possibility within your soul and stray true to your dreams, I can say. Like if you are staying true to your dreams, then dreams will come and the reality. Even when the path ahead seems daunting, you have to stay true to your dreams. And yes, luck basically, which is very important for any kind of profession, for any kind of opportunity. Luck is basically the combination of opportunity and preparedness. Yes, life is full of opposition, as you know, as every listener know, that life is basically full of opposition. You must have to work hard for yourself for opposing this opposition. Become the version of yourself you want to be. You have to work hard, you have to learn, you have to build, you have to even failure, you have to face the failure, and then you will be successful and be open so that you are prepared when the opportunities came your way. And finally, never lose hope, because if you believe in yourself, you can't even lose your hope. And when you can't lose hope, you'll be successful in any kind of profession in this era, in this world. Like in the face of adversity, I can say in some kind of moments of doubt. There are some kind of doubts in many humans' mind that if I do, I can do or not. The basic thing which every human can face and which every human face even. So, and when the world seems to conspire against you, you have to hold fast to the belief that better days lie ahead. That's a basic doubt that you have to just hold fast to the belief that better days lies ahead for you, for your journey, for your work, for your learn, for your hard work, for your build, and for it. This is a hope that fuels the human spirit, that ignites the flames of possibility, and that empowers us to defy the odds and achieve the impossible things. I can say. So, my very dear listeners and my dear interviewer, go forth with the courage in your hearts, with determination in your souls, and with the unwavering belief that you are capable of achieving greatness. The world awaits your brilliance, your passion, and your unique contributions. Seize the day, chase your dreams, and never ever give up. Well, that's from all from my side. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. That absolutely wonderful. That is really, really good
Thank you so much.
lessons and life lessons. As I said earlier, values, principles. techniques, so many things contained there. I really believe that will have a positive impact on many people. Um, I'm just very grateful for your time. I'm very grateful for not only for that, but as soon as you're a writer, let's say, among other things, but as soon as we've been talking about that, you've been an open book today, as the saying goes. You know, you've shared a bit about your life, and I know there's always more that we can go into with your life, but we've shared the inspiration, we've shared the hope today, which I think is the most important thing. And I don't say this very often, but I will say to you, as you write more books and as things develop further, we can always talk like this again as well, and we can always give people an update about what you're doing if you want to. I'm open with that as well. But for today, thank you so much for your time, for your eloquence, and it's been a real honor to talk with you. So thank you so much.
I'm just very honored to be here. Thank you so much, and with abundance of hope and inspiration. Thank you so much.
You're very